Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Christabel and Alban Osaze, aka CEO. Hi guys, I'm gonna be using this video to celebrate my 1 month in Ireland. It's so fast, I can't believe time could go by so fast. I could literally remember when I was crying that my visa wasn't out and I think they have refused me. And today I'm celebrating 1 month in Ireland, so thank you God. So let's just get right into the video. So today I'm going to be talking about how I relocated to Ireland using the student route. I came in using study route and I didn't use the work route, so I still get a lot of questions about how did you go to Ireland, are you working, blah blah blah. I didn't use the work route, but I've done a lot of research about how to go with the work route, so I'm gonna just give little details about that on this video, but I'm gonna mainly focus on how to use the student route to come to Ireland. So you just have to do your research. There's a lot of good information on YouTube. There's a creator who I watch her videos a lot about educating through the job route. I could tag her in the comments or in the below the caption of this video, and you could go check it out. Okay, let's get right into it. How did I come to Ireland and using the student route? How was the process? What was the breakdown, prices and everything? And that's what we're going to be discussing on this video. But I'm gonna be fully active on YouTube, and you'll be asking, what is she gonna do, what is she gonna be talking about? So I will be talking about a lot of things. I am a very entertaining individual. But I'm gonna just give you a lot of information about relocating to Ireland, my experiences coming to Ireland, what I've noticed as I've gone to Ireland, how Irish people racist, is Ireland a good place to come to work, to settle down, to like have a life. This is just my 1 month experience. My experience is trying to come to Ireland and my full-blown experiences while I've been in Ireland. So just stay tuned. I will give you a lot of information. If you just make your comments and I will give you a response. So let's get right into it. How did I come to Ireland using the student route? And we're going to do a lot of bullet points. Like we're going to be walking step by step with the topics I'm going to be talking about and going through it. But I just hope I don't divert. Like, oh God help me. So first of all, we're going to talk about doing your research about the schools that you want to come to. So researching about the schools in general. Then after you pick the school, going to the website to do the application, the necessary documents to upload, the application response, application process, and when to pay and what to do when you have paid, how to pay and whatnot. Then what you need to upload, the necessary documents that the school will be asking for you, then what you need to have when you're doing the visa application. These are just, let me say, straightforward points, but if we will break them down, and you're able to see everything that you need to have in mind before coming into starting the process of doing the Ireland process. So let's get right into it. So first of all, if you were to come to Ireland and you've not decided the school you want to come to, that is the first step in coming to Ireland. So you're a nursing student, because I want to really focus on nursing students or nurses and midwives in general. I'm a registered nurse and midwife all the way from Nigeria, and I used the BSc top-up program to come to Ireland. So I already did my nursing and midwifery in Nigeria, but I've not gotten my BSc nursing. So I was like looking for a school that offers this BSc nursing top-up. That means a program that will just run for less than a year or a year in general. That is what I wanted. So if you know you want to do your master's, your PhD, you could still follow the same process. But right now I'm just going to talk about my process, how I came to do my BSc top-up, and it's for nurses. But if you're doing another program, you're an engineer, finance, economist, pharmacist, and you want to come here probably to do your master's and your PhD, you could use just the same process. You just have to know you're not picking BSc nursing like I did. Does that make sense? All right, so you pick the school. There are a lot of schools in Ireland that are good options. You just have to pick the one that works with you. You make your research. So I'm actually in University College Cork, also known as UCC, but there are other universities in Ireland. So just Google top universities in Ireland and pick the one that is in your niche, that has your courses, that the price is fair, that has a program, or the way they do is something that you'll be okay with, the way they pay, their payment routine. Because my school, you're only allowed to pay your fees twice, but some schools you're only allowed to pay your fees once. Like you don't have to pay twice. You just pay. If you say the school fees is 22k euros, you have to pay before you start applying for your visa, before you come to Ireland. Does that make sense? So examples of schools in Ireland, we have Dublin Business School, we have Trinity College of Dublin, we have UCC, my university, we have Technological University of the Shannon, we have University of Galway, we have Griffith College, and we have University of Limerick. So when I was doing my research, I wanted a school that has BSc top up, and UCC and University of Limerick had BSc top up. I was really happy that I literally thought only the school in the UK that has that program, and when I applied and they didn't give me a visa, I was like stuck between a hard place and a rock, because I was like, I need to do my BSc and it needs to be 1 year. I don't want to stay in Nigeria and do it for 4 years. And luckily for me, when I was doing my research, I saw that Ireland has that option. So when I wanted to apply to both schools, but I had to do more research on each school. When I googled about UCC, I loved everything about UCC. Is the logo, oh my god, it's to die for. The structures of the school, the location of the school. I started googling about UCC, YouTube, TikTok, and I fell in love with the school UCC, and I was like, I'm gonna go to UCC. So I was locked in, and I was like, if they didn't give me admission, then I'll apply to University of Limerick, because University of Limerick application time was longer and UCC was shorter. So I applied to UCC first, which after applying, I had to wait for them to give me a response, and I really wanted UCC because there's a famous celebrity from the acts in America that went to UCC, and my sister was like, this guy he went to UCC, you have to go to the school. And I was like, oh, that's if they give me admission. But I was lucky. I waited like 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks, like a week and some days before my application. I was given an acceptance letter that, oh, UCC have recognized my application and give me an acceptance letter. First off, you go to the school website, you look for the course you want to go for. Anybody that's going for BSc top up, please, when you get there, you have to read very well, because they have a lots of nursing courses, so you don't have to just pick the wrong one. You have to make sure you are picking the one that says BSc nursing top up or BSc nursing honors in nursing studies. That is the one that is BSc nursing top up. It might not be exactly BSc nursing top up, but when you see BSc nursing honors, you see for 1 year, you see the price range, you see the requirements, then you know this is the right one you're picking. So when you open the link, pick the course, you fill in all the forms, because they're going to ask you a lot of questions. Then they'll email you a link that you use to upload all the necessary documents. While you upload the document, as a nurse, you upload your license, you upload your notification, your certificate, your proof of English. I actually uploaded a letter from my university, that means my nursing school, stating that I studied in English, and I uploaded a letter from my secondary school that I studied in English. I uploaded my Duolingo English test and my IELTS results. So even if you have one or just two, you could upload all that, but I uploaded all these things I'm telling you. So when I uploaded it, after some time, they sent me a confirmation acceptance letter stating my course duration, when my school is going to resume, my fees, what I'm to pay, everything I needed to know about the course. They wrote it in that letter. But other schools, that's not the only letter they'll send to you. They'll have to send you acceptance letter, and they'll send unconditional offer letter. So you need to be sure of this. Like, I had to email UCC, are you sending me another letter? And they were like, that's the only letter you need. But other schools, after you pay your school fees, pay the acceptance fee, before you will give you an unconditional offer letter. That's what you use to apply for a visa. Okay, so my application fee when I was applying to UCC was 50 euros. So I think many schools have more, either you pay more or you pay less, but most range is like 25 euros to 50 euros. So just depends on the school you pick. Mine was 50 euros to UCC. Then I had to pay 500 euros acceptance fee, which they later added to my school fees. But you have to pay, they'll give you a deadline, and you have to pay within that time frame. If you pass it, your admission and your application money, everything is gone. So that letter will hold how much you have to pay as an acceptance fee, but it's not all the same for everybody. Someone that did a master's paid 1,000 euro for acceptance fee. I paid 500. So it varies in school, and it varies in course, and it varies in either you're doing BSc, PhD, or masters. Does that make sense? So I paid 500 euros. After that, I was given a time frame to pay my school fees, which I had to work on. I emailed the school, how much school fees am I to pay? The full school fees, so I could pay 50%. They were like, yes, I can pay 50%. So I paid 50% of my school fees. I can't tell you the price of my school fees now, because the school fees is subject to change. Like I paid a certain amount, but people that went before me paid a certain amount. So I don't want you to now like apply and be having this expectation like, oh, I'm supposed to pay this amount. No, it changes yearly, and my cost, they only take people per year. Like this September they took people, till next year September they'll before they take another set of people. So after that, I paid for my school fees. Everything you pay to the school, your acceptance fee, your school fees, you damage the initial deposit, which is the acceptance fee, your school fees, if they are 50% of full amount, it needs to be kept. All the receipt you use, you need to keep it. And you need to, my advice is, please use one account to pay all these things. If you were to pay with your sponsor's account, that one person should be the one paying for everything. And if you are paying from your account, that's fair too. But if you have a sponsor, your sponsor should be the one paying, because when you need proof of all this payment, you need the person to be able to give you all this, and the name should be there, either your name or your sponsor's name. It should not be one family name, because everything you pay for, you have to explain it. These people, they ask for a letter for everything. So don't worry, we'll get there. Let's just continue. So after you make payments of your school fees, listen, you have to keep the receipt. When you're done, then you can start thinking about visa application. But when you are applying for the visa application, please, if you're not sure how to apply for visa, how to fill the form, please get help. I initially did everything myself, applying to the school, emailing the school, paying the school fees, and whatnot. But when it came to the visa application, I did it myself, but I made some errors. That's how I got my agent that actually helped me refill the visa application form. Then I was not able to apply for the visa. So when it comes to visa application form, you pay to book an appointment with VFS was 119,000, but that's subject to change. That is what I paid. The visa fee for single entry is 60 euros, for multiple entry is 100 euros. So you pick the best option. When you are filling your visa application form, they will ask you that question: what's your purpose for being here? I think I should need to make a separate video about that, because everything I used to fill mine is saved on my phone, and I feel like that is will be a really helpful video for somebody, because if I had seen that video on YouTube, it would have helped me in filling my form. But I didn't see any video like that, so I had to fill the form on my own, and I made some mistakes. But luckily I got the agent that was able to help me correct all the errors. Like, we didn't correct the errors, rather I had to fill another form. So my best advice is, when you are filling your form, please don't upload it yet. There's no rush. Even if you are booked your appointment for like on the 27th of June, you can definitely still, your visa application form can be opened even though it's 2 days before. Do you get? Just 2 days before, on the 27th, it can still be open. Make sure everything is correct. All the necessary documents to upload, to fill in the space, everything. You're sure you have filled in all the right information before you submit. Don't be in a hurry. There's no like, oh, I have to submit last 2 weeks before I can book an appointment. No, you just need the number, the visa application number, to apply to book an appointment. So moving on, you will need a lot of documents for this visa application process. After filling your visa application form, just go to the Irish website. I can post it on the description link, or I've sent it to a lot of people. When I got a lot of messages about how I relocated, I sent the list and all the necessary things you need to a lot of people. When you go to the Irish website, they'll give you the list of everything that you need, but it's not very detailed. So I actually have a very detailed list that I followed and I used. So I think that list will help a lot of you. I could put it on a video, but it will be so small. But if you need it, I could just send it to you, and you could use that to guide yourself in applying. So you will need proof of English, things that you will not see on the Irish website. You need proof of English. I think that's there. Yeah, proof of English. Any educational gap, if you did NYC, if you're not big in school for so long, you need your CV stating that this is what I've been doing, I've been working, blah 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 blah. You need all your employment letter from the various places you have worked. You get reference letter from them. You have to make a copy of your passport, both old and new. But if your passport is missing like mine, you could just swear an affidavit. And you need samples for all these things, because you need a sponsorship letter. And when you are picking a sponsor, I beg you, it should not be a far relative, like my uncle's wife, my uncle's sister, cousin, like my neighbor, my pastor. Please make it your direct relative. If it's not your mom, your dad, it should be your brother or your sister. if it has to be your uncle, it will involve lots and lots of documents. It's not like it's not allowed, but you have to back the story up. Why is your uncle helping you? Why is your uncle willing to leave his kids or leave what he's doing to help you? So I would advise you just be a direct relative. That would really help. My sister was my main sponsor, was my only sponsor, but you can have more than one sponsor. But I would advise, if you want to have more than one sponsor, it's better that you have pictures with those the two sponsors. You have all their documents, because they're going to ask for a lot of things: their utility bill, their passport data page, their driver's license, their personal information. So be willing to get somebody that is going to be willing to give you all this information. But it's how would I put it, it's a very, I don't want to call it hard process, because it wasn't hard. To be honest, it's a very strict process. Like, they ask you for this document, you have to submit everything that they ask for. You don't have to be like, I don't have my passport now, I'll just say I don't have it. No. And if you have ever been denied visa before, you have to say the truth. You have to tell them, oh, I have had 3 visas refusal in the past. Look at the letter. Everything has the letter. You need an SOP, statement of purpose, a very detailed one. And if you are reading a course that is not the same with the course you have read before, I don't advise you to do that. Please look for a course that is something that you'll be able to work with when you get here, something that is going to bring more value to your life, something that you have done before coming to Ireland. It's not like you were a carpenter, or how would I put it, you read finance and now you want to read nursing. How? What's the relationship? You have to explain, and if you're explaining, they will not buy the story. So why not just read something that is going to be explanatory? Like, you have documents to back up that, oh, I've gone to this school, this my I've been in this line of work. Like me, when I was writing my SOP, I was like, I've been a registered nurse for how many years now? I've been working, I've not done any other thing. Nursing is my calling, is what I want to do, is what I still want to do when I get to Ireland. So you get, so don't deviate from your course, because you go explain tired. They will ask you for letter from your godfather. They literally, God, it's a detailed list. Then you will need insurance. I don't know if I've mentioned that, but you need insurance. There's so many things I can't keep now start mentioning, but there's a very detailed list, very, very detailed list. Like, you will need an insurance. I think the insurance costs from 190 to 200 euro, if not more. All these things are subject to change. That's why I don't really want to mention prices, because you could see the price and I'm like, why is it high now? It's high because they are all subject to change. When I was doing my insurance, the price was different from what I later paid. It was cheaper before. When I was ready to pay, it was high. You see what I mean? So you could increase when you are applying to, but please, please, and please try your best to start the process on time. It could look like such a straightforward process. Apply this. Luckily, my school UCC, the portal is going to be open in January 5th. So, but right now it's not open yet. But the website is open. Like, you can go there and look. But applying is till January. My course, they only take people per year, like I said. So you have to wait till next year. There's no intake for January. There's nothing. But if you want to start an Ireland process, please start now. And you'll be like, there's still time. There's no time, because we're asking for a lot of documents. My visa came out on the 10th of September. My passport came the same day, and I had to travel 2 days time, because my school resumed that same 10th of September. You see, if I started on time, I would have had enough time to say goodbyes, my goodbyes in Nigeria, do all my preparation. I had to rush. I just bought things like this. I'll give you that gist another time. I just want to, oh God, it was a very stressful situation. That's why I advise everybody coming to Ireland, please start your process on time. If you want to come to Ireland September next year, you have to start now. If you open the portal by January, kick off, apply, pay, book your VFS appointment, do submit and start waiting for your visa, so that you have a long time to prepare before coming to Ireland. So we're still on the visa application. I talked about proof of English. You need a lot of letters from your sponsor, all their personal information, sadly, their bank statement, explanation of lump sum, letter that they are related to you, pictures of them, of you and them together. Please, if you don't have pictures of you guys together, if you have, like, somebody told me you can upload a chat or a screenshot of a video call that you are like related, I have strong relationship, and also you put surname, you put still should still be being the same surname. But if they are married and their surname have changed, like my sister's surname have changed, I have to bring a wedding certificate. You see the amount of documents. So this document will take you, it just looks like it's just paper, but it's going to take you, it took me up to 2 months to gather up this document. My family is not in Nigeria, so I was in Nigeria alone. They were all sending me their information. I had to go print it out. I spent over 200 and something thousand, if not more, printing out document, because everything I'm saying, you print out physical copy, not soft copy. They don't need your soft copy, you need physical copy. My document I took to the embassy that day was this big. I had colored and photocopy, your passport, each page, the one that is stamped or not stamped, hey, you are going to photocopy everything, colored and photocopy. Police and clearance letter, the one they do in Nigeria, you will bring it. English proof, you bring it. Your employment letter from any work you have done, you bring it. Reference from those places, CV, affidavit, blah blah blah, letter of this, letter. You're gonna need everything. Please follow the list through detail, because I feel like that's what helped me. I didn't like about my visa refusal. I brought out all the necessary documents they asked me for, and I feel that's what helped me, that they didn't deny my visa. Because I know some people that will be like, they uploaded only when they denied them last year. They denied them 7 years ago, so they don't need to upload that. No, I said upload, bring it physical. I printed the letter out. Even when they denied me in America, you know, they give us the same denial paper. I took the paper along with me, and I took my application form along with me, let them know. And there's something you will not see on the on the Irish website, is we have an IRL form and a questionnaire form. So when I got there to the VFS office, a lot of people were printing out those forms that day, so they were not aware. So you need to get that IRF form. It's like a financial explanation form. Explain how much you are paid to the school, explain how much you are owing the school, explain your the living expenses breakdown there, because the living expenses, you inside out your living expenses of 20k euros, your balance school fees should be inside. So you need to pay a lot from your school fees, so that whatever your balance school fees is and your 10k living expenses, everything should be like 20k euros. That'll be your living expenses. You need to have everything together, and you have to explain it in that this thing letter, financial explanation letter. So that's why that letter is very important. Then the questionnaire letter, if you have been denied visa before, if you are using an agent, if this or that, you need that letter. Even when you're uploading that, they will ask you, where is your questionnaire paper? You just ask you, is your question, are you married, you're not married, blah 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 blah. You just fill it and you upload it. You need to arrange your document in a certain pattern. You need to take a passport photograph that is recent, within 6 months, that is according to their standards. You just follow the guideline, and you'll be able to. It's not really hard process, but it's difficult in terms of the documentation, and you almost feel like overwhelmed. I don't think I can get all these documents on time, but if you start early, you'll be able to. Because I started late, because I got my visa refused by UK March 17th. I applied to UCC 20th of that same March. I was late because I was thinking I was waiting for UK visa, but as soon as they denied me, I had to lock in. I'm like, no, this is not going to affect me. I'm trying something else, and I just locked in on Ireland and on GCC, and now I'm here. So that's it for applying for students, using the student route to come to Ireland. It's a straightforward process. It's not that hard, but if you still have any questions, something I didn't clarify, you could definitely ask in the comments. So I want to just do a brief dive into coming to Ireland through the work route, especially as registered nurse and midwife, because we have many registered nurses and midwives in Nigeria that wants to not just relocate to school, be it they can't afford the school fees and other financial instability, and they just want to come as through job route. It's very possible, but it's kind of still difficult, because one of the most difficult things is finding a job. Like, you have to find a job to be able to say, oh, this job has given me the letter of employment, that's what I would use to apply for the visa. So you need a job, but before you get the job, there are a lot of steps you need to follow. So you have to register with what we call the NMBI, Nursing and Midwifery Council of Ireland. Nursing and Midwifery Council is a large body. It's so big, but it is peculiar to each country. So let me say this is Nursing and Midwifery Council as a general, but they're split into different countries there. For Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, of Ireland, of UK, and well, no matter if you are a nurse, if you want to go work in another man's country, you have to do their Nursing and Midwifery Council registration. Does that make sense? So before you apply, you do Nursing and Midwifery Council verification in Nigeria, telling them that you want to do a nursery and midwifery council verification in Ireland. So they will connect, send all your information from Nigeria to Ireland. You pay Nigeria, you pay for the Irish verification, you pay for the verification in general, but you need to be verified from Nigeria to Ireland, stating that you are indeed a registered nurse and midwife. They will not send you nursing and midwifery council body of Ireland will not send you a letter that, oh, you have been approved, or you are now verified under the Irish council. Then when you have that, that's what you will now start using to apply for jobs. But you need your IELTS, please. That's why when there's 2 exams you can use to come here. You can either use your Duolingo or IELTS to apply for a visa and to apply to the school. But I would advise nurses to do IELTS. My IELTS expired 23rd of September. I wish I knew that when I get here I would still need it again. I would have written under IELTS. I had to use my Duolingo to come here, but my best advice is you do use IELTS. Just use IELTS. Make sure you score up to 7, because that's what the Nursery and Midwifery Council in Ireland require. They need you to score 777 and 6.5. But if you don't score up to 7, if it's not up to 7, it's not going to be approved. It's not useful. Many jobs that you apply for, they need to have proof of English. They don't accept Duolingo. Many countries don't accept Duolingo, but luckily Ireland accepts Duolingo. So probably if you don't have the money to write IELTS, or you failed IELTS, you could come here and actually write IELTS and just use your Duolingo. Duolingo is affordable. The price varies. Somebody paid 70k last year, but this year someone paid 90, so it's like 90 to 100k. Applying for this job, you show them that you are verified and you have English test and all your qualifications. So the job, whatever job that you now get, will not be the one to tell you, oh, you need to come and write an adaptation or an OSCE. As a registered nurse, you are entitled to write an OSCE and an adaptation. You just have to pick, oh, I prefer to write an adaptation, I prefer to write an OSCE. As a registered midwife, you're only allowed to write an OSCE. When I say OSCE, I'm talking about the RCSI exam. Is like OSCE, that's what I'm calling OSCE, but it's referred to as the RCSI. It's for only midwife, but nurses, RN, no registered nurses can write RCSI and adaptation, but midwives cannot do adaptation. Adaptation happens for 6 to 12 weeks. It's like you will come to the country and they'll put you in a facility where you have an invigilator who will monitor you for that 6 to 12 weeks and be like, oh, this person has been trained, has been observed, and has all the good quality to be scored and be able to apply for jobs and be given like the opportunity to work. Like this person is just going to score you using their pattern. Then after the person has scored you, then you have passed your adaptation. Do you understand? But for OSCE, you know how OSCE is. It's like a practical where you are told to do the practical representation of everything you do in the world. That's how hospital works. So when you have done that, you've done verification, you have your IELTS, you apply for a job, you got a job, you come here, you write the exam that they require. There's some people say they still need CBT, like apart from the OSCE and adaptation, you might still need to write a CBT exam like they do in the UK, but some people don't. I think it's that process. So please don't ask me any questions. I did my research, I asked a lot of questions, and that is what I'm using to pass this information to you. So if you want to do, there are many creators on this app, YouTube, that talk about relocating as a registered nurse and midwife, and even as a psychiatric nurse. You can do that. So yeah, and for psychiatric nurses, you can do adaptation and OSCE, but only midwives can do this thing, OSCE. You can't do both. But registered nurse and psychiatric nurses, you can do both if you want to. So after that you have passed, then you will be, your employer will now employ you fully, because you now have reasons and to stay in the country. They will extend your visa application, help you register to immigration, do the police clearance and all that, and now you can work in Ireland as a registered nurse and midwife. So firstly, you know that you have to register with the NMBI and NMBN before you can start the process, and I have your IELTS, and accumulate, gather all your documents that you need. So that's what you need to know about relocating to Ireland, as through the work route, and how you need to relocate to Ireland to do study route. So I hope I've been able to answer a lot of questions. I'm sorry the video is coming late. I did my best. I'm just still trying to adjust. There's so many things to adjust to. The culture shock, oh my god, it's so unreal, because I was just in Nigeria like a month ago. just still working, going to my job, and now I'm here trying to adapt, trying to live in a new place, find accommodation, open a bank app, do this, do that. There's a lot of things, and there's a lot of things people don't come on YouTube to say, like how they did it. Because when I go here, I had to do this. I'm like, is this thing this hard? Like, when will I settle down? When will I start breathing? When will I start enjoying? But there's so many things you need to do as soon as you get here. So just take this video as a before arrival to Ireland, and I'll make a video as to when you arrive Ireland, because there's a lot of things you need to do. You just don't come to Ireland and just wake up and start coming outside. There are lots of things. The transportation system is different. You need your SIM card, you need this, you need that. So when you get all those necessary things, you can easily adjust. But if you don't have all those, adjusting is going to be like a big deal. It was a big deal for me. I'll try as much to pass all the information that's necessary so that it wouldn't be a big deal to you. So see you guys next time. Please like, comment, and subscribe. You guys will keep making me make more videos. You guys will make me keep coming here, and I'll keep passing all the information. I don't gatekeep. If you have any questions, I am happy to share. Even if I don't have the answers, I know other creators here that have helped me. Like, watching their videos helped me, so I'll be more than willing to tag them, attach their name to this video, and you could go watch theirs and they could help. But if you have any questions, you can definitely write in the comment section, and I'll be your full support. I love you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I remain Christabel Osaze, aka CEO. I love you guys. Thank you.